Do you remember a Pokemon game where you are kidnapped, you avenge your family's murderers, and you can kill people? No? Join me as I invite you to experience the darkest ROM hacks I've ever played, Pokemon Korosu. The game starts off with this pervert who is our kidnapper. He tells us that he murdered our family and then forces us into human slavery by selling us to a thug named Gino. Whoa, this is a rather interesting kickoff to the game. Oh god. Okay, so we magically get a ball with a shadow creature inside. Do you want to nickname it? Seriously game? I'm in the middle of something. Is this the time to nickname a creature in a ball? I named Release. Now that we miraculously obtain a Ghastly as our starter, we use it to lick the man. Excuse me. And a Ghastly's lick has an interesting effect on humans, so he melts like ice cream in the scorching heat. We escape his room and after taking down some grunts, we bump into one of their admins, Salone. Turns out Sergey is extremely overleveled for us, so we lose to him. Just when Sergey is about to kill us, a random dude named Lance jumps in. Lance rescues us and flies us to safety at Boone Island. He tells us that all the Sevi Islands are controlled by groups of criminals. He also advises us to stay away from our family's murderers, aka the Salone crime family, and do not think about taking revenge from them either. I didn't take orders from Dragon Mothers. We explored the Boone Island a bit, where we get the chance to kill a thug, but I spared him because I'm literally 14, come on. Then we saved the Boone Hotel from some thugs, so the owner gives us the HM cut as a reward. I also caught a Poochyena in the grass and named him Dog. I also caught Mint the Oddish as a temporary Pokemon so we can use HM cut. We reach the house of Boone Gang's leader, which is blocked by a thug, so we have no other option but to kill him. I'm officially a 14-year-old assassin. After defeating their leader in a battle, we kill her as well. Now that the Boone Island is free of criminals, we advance towards our second stop, Kin Island, where we meet up with a scientist named Celio. Celio asks for our help to get rid of a biker gang known as Kin Riders who are terrorizing the Kin Island, so we crushed all of them into pieces. I also tried to catch another Pokemon here, but all I got was Dunsparce. We reach the berry forest and at the entrance, Celio again asks for our help to clear the berry forest from Kin Riders so he can continue his research. While taking down some Kin Riders in the forest, Elise evolved into a Haunter. We found the leader of Kin Riders and because he makes fun of our family, we kill him as well. I'm having fun. Celio thanks us and leaves, and I make my way to the next island, Flow Island. I reach Flow Island where a lady is waiting for my arrival. She's a channeler and she tells us that she's the one who sent out a Ghastly, aka Elise, on a mission to look for a strong person so the person could help this island. She takes us inside her house and tells us that her name is Karma and she is Lorelei's cousin. Well, dead Lorelei's cousin. You see, Lorelei was the protector of this island, but when Lance killed her, this island was left defenseless. So a villainous group known as Team Ice took over this island. He gives us the HM Surf and wants us to get rid of Team Ice. I added a temporary Safil to my team so we can use Surf to explore the Icefall Cave. Several ice puzzles and ice grunts later, we finally found the leader of Team Ice, whose name is Freeze. After sludge bombing his entire team, he sends out his legendary beast he just revived, Articuno, but we defeat it with ease. Articuno then uses Ice Beam on Freeze, which freezes him. Freeze gets freezed. And that's the end of Team Ice. Just as I was about to leave the cave, I randomly encountered a Lapras, which was absolutely amazing, so I caught her and named her Barb. Next stop was Knot Island, where we again meet up with our friend Celio. Nerd. Celio asks for one last favor. He wants us to help the police in getting rid of a criminal group known as Team Magma and free his hometown from their occupants. We meet up with Alan the policeman and he asks for our help, so we surf towards Mount Ember to take down Team Magma's leader and put an end to this madness. After taking out Satan's grandchildren, I reached the entrance where I met another cop who is Alan's friend, Phil. He tells us that we should go after Alan, who already left to take on Team Magma's leader. We reach the top where we see Alan, who gets overpowered in a Pokemon battle by Team Magma's leader, Courtney. Courtney then kills him and her Moltres eats Alan. Well boys, turns out Moltres is only a man-eating bird on fire. Legendary, they say. After spamming some revives and sludge bombs, I took out her last Pokemon Camerupt and then Moltres ate Courtney.
Heck yeah.
So now it's a win-win situation. But I do feel bad for our boy Alan. Rest in peace, man. We report back to Celio and he gives us Etium Fly as a reward for our efforts. I advance towards the next island, Chrono Island, which is under the control of Team Rocket. I am surprised they showed up. I was waiting for them. I saved an old man by defeating a Team Rocket grunt. The grunt then reveals the password to their warehouse. Also, old man gives us an egg as a token of appreciation. I know it's a Togepi, but okay, I'll take it. After searching for Team Rocket's warehouse, I finally found it, and the password worked. A million grunts and lots of spinning later, I finally found their admin Proton. After taking him out in a Pokemon battle, he discloses his boss's whereabouts. He tells us that Giovanni is at the Lost Cave by the gorgeous resort. We inform Phil about it and he agrees to help us. I surf my way up to the Lost Cave and start searching for Giovanni, and oh my god, this place was a nightmare. I spent an hour looking for goddamn Giovanni and finally, thank god I finally found him. Okay, I said finally a lot, but this place was a hellhole, okay? After defeating him in a battle, Giovanni makes a deal for sparing him alive in exchange for permission to travel to Fortune Island, so I can take revenge on the Salone family and avenge my family's murderers. So we seal the deal and say goodbye to these douchebags. The egg I was given by the old man hatched and it was a Togepi. Told ya. I also caught the Pidgeotto so we can use the HM Fly to easy navigate through the islands. Big birdie it is. It was finally time to go to Fortune Island, but just as we set foot there, a man slugged us in the face and knocked us unconscious. I woke up to a mysterious place. It literally says Salone House, but okay, let's keep it mysterious. The room is locked, so I look for a key. Turns out some idiot just left it under a cup. Now that was easy. I started looking for the exit and randomly found a Bagon, so I named him Lance Vance. After looting some trash cans, murdering some hideous animals, a lady named Sophia tells us about the exit, but unfortunately it's locked. So we searched everywhere for a key, but I had no luck in finding one. I was fed up, so I had to look it up, and it was under a plant. Fantastic! I used the key to free all the girls who were being held captive by the Salones. As I was getting out of their house, I took an oath to myself to kill every single Salone pervert I could find on this island. This is how my vengeance would be fulfilled. So after searching far and wide, I murdered every douchebag I could find. And boy was that messed up. And fun at the same time. I also stumbled upon the guy who sold us to Gino in the beginning, remember? So I killed him as well. I surfed up north from Fortune Island to Outcast Island, but the cave there was blocked by a Snorlax, so we need to look for a Pokeflute to wake him up. I took out some more Salone thugs and finally reached their base, the same place from where I had escaped in the beginning. Hey there people, guess what? I'm back.
Triple kill, baby.
Upstairs I found 3 Salone admins. One of them was Rosio, who happens to be the brother of Gino. Remember Gino? He wants to take revenge on us for his brother, but you know, I kill him too. Remember Sergey Salone? Well, he also ends up getting his football kicked. We threatened their last admin who tells us that their boss is a loner and he likes to stay in Altering Cave on the Outcast Island. The same cave which is blocked by a Snorlax. The man then gives us his Pokeflute and asks us to spare him, but we don't because everything Salone is pure trash and shouldn't exist. After taking out the boss's wife, I played the Pokeflute and Snorlax got out of the goddamn way. Yippee! I entered the cave and right at the bat found the boss. It was time for the end game. Barb took out his T-Rex with a few serfs. Elise took out his Ursaring with Sludge Bomb. I called in Dog as a sacrifice and I revived Elise who took out Primeape and Banette before dying to Crobat. So I revived her again to take out Crobat and this was it. I defeated and killed the mastermind, the boss of Salone crime family. My vengeance was finally fulfilled. But as I'm about to leave the cave, 3 Voltorbs attack me. They're about to explode and kill me when Phil jumps in and sacrifices his life to protect mine. Turns out my attacker were the sons of Salone. Salone family has a lot of punks on their side, so it's impossible for me to kill them all. They're about to kill us when Lance comes flying on his Dragonite. Our revenge was complete, so he forcefully flies us to a nearby island, Quest Island, to safety. And this is the end of the first half of the game. Salone family is no more. Lance has saved our life twice. He wants us to repay him by taking down a small criminal group's leader. The company is known as X Incorporations and their leader is Xandus. Lance wants us to only kill Xandus, not their company, because the main problem is their leader. I advanced towards Tanabe town, taking on some trainers along the way. I solved the boulder puzzle which unlocked the special X Incorporation's employee cabin in Tanabe Island. The person there told me the password to their main building, so I surfed up north to their building and the password unlocked it. We make our way to the top floor, but we need a key card to reach Xandus. So with the help of DJ Swaggy Boy and by solving his trashy rap of riddles, I finally found the key card. We use it to unlock the door and then we take on Xandus, who looks like black colored Lance to be honest. Xandus has a plan of world domination or some shit, so we have to stop him. I take him on and I have to tell you, my Pokemon were crushed by him, so I did some serious grinding for a couple hours. I evolved Bagon into Sheldon, and then Sheldon into Salamence. I also did a stone evolution by evolving Haunter into Gengar. And then finally I gave it another shot. Lancevance took out his Umbreon, and Barbice beamed the hell out of his Latias. His Raikou was a problem because of type differences, but I max revived Elise to took it out. Barb then ice beamed his Latios, and finally Elise took out his Absol with Sludge Bomb. After losing, Xandus just disappears in thin air. We look for him in his room and found him inside a bookcase, and then we do what we do best, murder him. We report back to Lance, who gives us a soda pop as a reward. Are you kidding me? He assigns us one last mission, which is to take down a young boy, Outlaw, in the Kanto region. Outlaw gained power in Kanto by defeating everybody there, but Outlaw started to follow the wrong path as he realized he was unstoppable. He took control over Kanto as the supreme leader and started to terrorize the locals there. So Lance wants us to travel to Kanto, collect all 8 gym badges there, so we can take part in the Pokemon tournament, because the winner of this tournament gets a chance to take on Outlaw himself. If the winner defeats Outlaw in a Pokemon battle, he can kill the Outlaw, but if the winner loses against the Outlaw, the tournament's winner will be killed by Outlaw. Lance wishes us luck and leaves, and with all the rules in mind, we head to Kanto region. We arrive in Vermilion City and immediately go after Lieutenant Surge. After solving a damn switch puzzle, we find a letter of Lieutenant Surge stating that he is at the Outlaw Tower in Lavender Town. Wow, I did that for absolutely nothing. I reached Saffron City to adopt John Cena the Hitmonchan and Randy Orton the Hitmonlee from the dojo there. I explored the city a bit and then took out Chick Sabrina. After easily taking care of her team of Kadabra, Espeon, Slowking, and Alakazam, I received the Marsh badge. Next off was the Outlaw Tower in Lavender Town. After defeating some Outlaw soldiers, I went after Surge. I easily took out his ball, teddy bear, and mouse to get myself the Thunder badge. I advanced towards Fuchsia City where I explored the Safari Zone. I didn't catch a Pokemon here because I already have a perfect team, but I did found some useful items. Afterwards, I went for my 3rd gym badge. I had to solve a freaking invisible maze to reach Janine. Koga was killed by the Outlaws, so she's a Fuchsia City gym leader now. The battle was pretty straightforward. Elise took out her Crobat, and Lancevance crushed the remaining team. And that's the 3rd gym badge acquired. For the next badge, I reached Cerulean City to challenge Misty, only to find out that she's not at her gym. Nice. But we are Crystal. We don't intend on leaving empty-handed, so we threatened the bike shop guy to give us a free bike. Now that's sweet. Up north, we discovered Bill's Clefairy-fied dead body in his cottage. And the best part is, the game calls him a thing. Next stop is Pewter City. We decide to take on Brock, but he's no longer the gym leader here. He was replaced by this dude known as Sean, because Brock had no eyes and he couldn't see. Sean had a pretty pathetic team, so I squished his Pokemon to earn the Boulder badge. Fast forward to Viridian City, where I challenged the new gym leader, Cameron, for the Earth badge. After putting him to sleep, I advanced towards boring AF, Pallet Town, only to learn that Professor Oak is dead. I also paid a visit to the slums, which is the origin of the Outlaw. Next up, I surfed to Cinnabar Island to earn the Volcano badge, but Blaine wasn't at his goddamn gym. I also gave this scientist guy an old ember, so he revived it into an Aerodactyl. I named him Jeb_. I make my way to Celadon City for our next badge. I also took a photo at the game corner, so now my trainer card has all my Pokemon on it. Pretty cool. We go for the Rainbow badge only to find out that Erica is also dead. The new gym leader is Tisha. She has the same grass-type Pokemon, so Lancevance burns her entire team. We surf to the south of Fuchsia City to reach the Seafoam Islands because we got some leads that Blaine is in the caves somewhere, so we start searching for him, and after throwing in some boulders through holes and changing the direction of water, we finally found Blaine. The fight was pretty simple because we had Barb the Lapras and that's the second last gym badge acquired. Now we have to look for the idiot Misty to earn our last gym badge. We look for her in the cerulean cave, but instead of Misty, we stumble upon a Mewtwo. We interact with it and it just escapes. Puzzled by Mewtwo's behavior, we too leave the cerulean cave and outside we see Mewtwo, who has already started to kill the townspeople. I guess he's inspired by me. Just then Misty jumps in to save her people from Mewtwo, but Mewtwo easily defeats her Pokemon. Just when Mewtwo is about to kill everyone, the Outlaw himself comes down to Cerulean and makes Mewtwo leave the city. We also have a brief chat with Outlaw where he threatens us not to mess around with him or we might end up as Erica. Shut up, Outlaw. I'm coming for ya, okay? Now that Misty is back, we defeat her in a battle to claim our final badge, the Cascade badge. And that's 8 badges complete. So it was time for the Pokemon tournament. I made my way to the Outlaw Road, which was basically again a boulder puzzle, where you had to activate all switches by placing boulders on top. I tried my best to avoid every single trainer battle there because I was not in the mood. I also found this thing again. Hey there, how is Alan doing? After I spent an hour here, I finally completed the puzzle to reach the Outlaw Plateau. After healing up and buying some items, we took on our first opponent, Leslie. Also, this tournament is hosted by a talking kitty cat. Leslie had a team full of evolutions, so she was not a problem at all. Opponent number 2 was Rios. He had a decent team, but not better than mine. Opponent number 3 was Sun. We easily overpowered Sun, and he went crying to his papa. Opponent number 4 was Amanda, and I tell ya, she was bad news. I lost to her for the first time, but after some grinding, I barely took her out. It was time for the final 4. And our opponent was Gold from Johto. Lancewance Dragon clawed his Wobbuffet to death, Dog took out his Miltank, I revived Barb who served his Donphan, and then revived Lancewance who burned his Magnium. Finally, his Typhlosion and Suicune were taken out by my girl Barb. And that's Gold down. Our final opponent before the Outlaw was Lance, the Dragon Mother. Elise almost took out his Kingdra, but then he used Full Restore, so Lancewance had to finish Kingdra. Next was Salamence, who I easily took out by reviving my Salamence. Dragonite was also Dragonclawed in the face by Lancewance, although he did use a Full Restore, but I took it out. Barb Ice beamed his Rayquaza, and finally, Aerodactyl and Charizard faced the same fate as the others. And that's the final guide down, everybody. We have won the Pokemon tournament. You know what that means. It's time to defeat the Outlaw himself. He teleports us to Naval Rock for the final showdown. First, Elise took out his Raichu with Sludge Bomb, then Barb Thunderbolt his Feraligatr and Hydro Pumped his Blaziken to death. But his Ho-Oh was a very big problem, because I continuously had to spam revives in order to beat it. Finally, Lancewance and Elise took out his Snorlax and Sandslash respectively, to end Outlaw once and for all. After the battle, we do what we love to do, kill him. And this is it, we beat the game. Our final team is Elise the Gengar, Jeb _ the Aerodactyl, Barb the Lapras, Lancewance the Salamence, Dog the Mightyena, and John Cena the Hitmonchan. Hope you didn't waste too much of your life grinding to beat the Outlaw. Nope, I only spammed revives.